Hi, welcome to this video. In this video, we will add cool animation to the elements of home section. Animation is one such technique that can really spice up a home page to draw attention from visitors. It is a good idea to add animation to home section. We have three elements on home section: the background hero image, the heading, and a button. So why not to add them some cool animation effects? I will make it super easy for you. For animation, we will use free CSS animation library, which is animate.css. Animate.css has bunch of cool, fun and cross-browser animations for us, and we can use them in our projects very easily. It has animation for bounce in, it has animation for bounce out, and it has animation for fade in, and we have animation for zoom in, zoom out, and zoom out down. It has a great set of animations, and we can very easily add these animations to our VSCO project. It has a great documentation on GitHub. Click on this GitHub link and it will take you to the official GitHub page for this library. On this page we can find the guidelines how we can add and use this animate.css library. In the basic usage step, we have to first include the animate.css library, and in the second step we have to add the animated class, and in the final step we have to add the animation class, which can be bounce, flash, whatever you like. And this is the full example. And we also have CSS for adding delay and duration for our animations. Let us download it and include it to our VSCO project. I will go back to the animate.css page and I will click on this download animate CSS link, and it will start downloading this library for me. This is the animate.css library which I just downloaded. I will move it to the CSS folder of VSCO project. I will copy this animate.css file. I will go to the VSCO project folder, and inside the CSS folder I will create a new folder for animate.css file. I will give it a name animate, and inside this folder I will add animate.css library. I will open brackets code editor, and we will add the animate.css library inside the head section of index.html file. I'll write comment for animate.css. I'll write link tag, and the relation will be style sheet, and I'll write the href attribute, and I'll specify the path to animate.css library. I'll write CSS, and inside the CSS folder I have animate folder, and inside the animate folder I have animate.css file. Okay, we just added animate.css file to our VSCO project, and let us start adding animation to our home section. Before we start using this animate.css library, let me first show you how the animation for home section should look like after adding animation. This is the home section of VSCO project. If you pay attention, I have added fade in animation to the background image, and I have added zoom in animation for heading and button elements with some delay. Let me show you how we can achieve such kind of animation. I'll get back to the code editor. As per animate.css documentation, in first step we have to add animate.css library, which we already did. In second step we have to add the animated class. I'll first add animation to the hero image. I will go to the home cover div, and I will add animated class to this div. In third step we have to choose the animation, and we have several options for animation. You can choose the animation whatever you like. Let us do some experiment with hero image. I'll first add zoom in animation, and you can see the live preview on the right side, and we have a zoom in effect for the background image. I will add the zoom out effect, and you will see the zoom out for the background image. The animation I have decided to use for hero image is fade in. Let me add it fade in animation, and it will add a cool fade in animation for hero image. I will go ahead and I'll add animation for heading. I will add class attribute for this heading div, and then I will add the animated class. And for heading I want to add zoom in animation. I will add zoom in animation class, and you can see the animation zoom in for the heading. And I will add the same zoom in animation for the button. Let me add the animation for the button. Now we have animation added to all of these three elements. If you notice, all the animations are revealing on the same time. We need to add some delay and duration for these animations so they can come or reveal one after another. We can do it with very basic CSS. I'll go to the style.css file. I'll create a new section for animation. I will add comments for animation. Okay, we need to add delay and duration for animations, right? And for that we can get help from anime.css documentation. I'll go back to the anime.css documentation. To add duration and delay, we need to add CSS animation duration and animation delay properties along with vendor prefixes. Let us add these delay and duration CSS properties. I'll first add animation delay and duration for home background image. I'll select home cover div, and I'll write the delay and duration CSS properties inside these curly braces. Let us first add the delay to the animation of background image. As per anime.css documentation, we need to first add the vendor prefix. CSS vendor prefixes, also known as a CSS browser prefixes, are a way for browser makers to add support for new CSS features before these features are fully supported in all browsers. I think vendor prefix is no more required for CSS animation property because it is now fully supported by all the major browsers. I'll get back to the code editor and I'll start adding the animation delay property. I'll write animation delay property, and I'll specify the value 0.1 second, a very short delay which you might not notice, but there would be 0.1 second delay for background image animation. This means it will wait for 0.1 second and then it will start animation for background image. Next, I will add animation duration property, and the value for this animation duration property is 0.5 second. It will make the animation to complete 0.5 seconds for background image. Next, let me add animation and delay duration for heading and button. Then you will start noticing the animation delay and duration for these elements. I'll copy these lines of code and I'll add them for heading. And the ID value for heading div is home-heading. For heading, the delay is 0.5 second. Because I want the heading to zoom in with 0.5 second delay after the background image animation, and the duration for heading will remain same 0.5 second. And I will add animation delay and duration for button element, and the ID value for button div is home-btn, and for button the delay is 1 second. And button will zoom in with 1 second delay after the heading. And I will keep the duration same as 0.5 second. I'll refresh this web page And now you will see big difference in animations. First, the background image will fade in. Second, the heading will zoom in, and third, the button will zoom in. Awesome. Now we have a cool animations for home section, and we will add the same type of animations for our other sections later in this course. One important thing I want to teach you, if you look at the animation CSS, we are repeating ourselves by writing same code again and again. The CSS rule for animation duration is same for all these three elements. It is same for home cover, it is same for home heading, and it is same for home button. Instead of writing CSS animation duration property 3 times, we can place it in one place. Let me show you. I'll write all of these 3 IDs at one place separated by a comma. And now I will add the animation duration property with 0.5 second to all of these elements at one place, and I'll delete it from other places. By this way, we can avoid repeating our code. I'll format my CSS code and I'll save all of these files. That's it about this video. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.